What's going on?
Hey, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Weekly Throwdown. I'm Jordan Thomas, your host, the man with all the acronyms, TSS Fantasy, Truth Serum Football, Fantasy Sports Corporation, and the Weekly Throwdown with my co-host,
Chris Fox. I'm here, that effing sports show. That's where you guys should be every week. We are breaking down the NFL, every team, every division. And frankly, I'm ready to talk some NFL. But before we can get into the NFL, we've got to wrap up the NBA. And we do that by ending at the beginning. Tonight is NBA draft night. All the storylines, the trades, the draft trades, all the complete lack of excitement that has happened this year to finish out and start off the NBA season at the same time. I'm excited to get into it, but
he's
I don't
more
know if
excited to get it over.
Yeah, because it's just, I mean, we're going to talk about it. We're going to get into it. You guys know what we're saying. At the same time, I think it's safe to say we're both a little fired up about the things that have and have not happened on this draft night.
Yeah, so I completely agree with you. I'm gonna save that for the takes. Anyway, you guys all know the drill. Get your popcorn ready, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Time for the throwdown.
Let's go. Woo!
All right. Well, before we get started, please don't forget, hit that like and subscribe button to get me and Chris every week as we go mano y mano for our wonderful prize at the end, which is really just bragging rights and a better theme song. Also, make sure you check out our partners over at Underdog Fantasy.
Yeah, you got to head over and hit those guys. I mean, it's a free $100. All you got to do is use code Throwdown. We're going to remind you of it during the show because it's that important. A free $100. Someone hands me a free $100. I'm going after it. You guys need to do that too. Underdog Fantasy, head over there, use code Throwdown, and deposit match up to $100. You guys are going to play anyway. You may as well get an extra $100 for it, right?
Amen. And you know what, Chris? It just dawned on me. I've introduced myself. I've introduced you. I've introduced our wonderful partners, but we have not introduced our Majesty.
Oh, here she comes.
Your queen has arrived.
Oh, she cut herself off tonight.
I'm ready. What's up?
She knows. I'm ready to go. Are you ready to go?
I'm ready to go.
All right, let's do this. Queenie, what you got?
Unlike your mothers who clearly lost out, which NBA team won the draft?
I don't think my mom had a chance at a draft. I think she probably would have picked different had she known. But what do you got tonight for this one, my friend?
Well, so I have been so fired up for this draft, and I was so gung-ho, and I was so ready for the Mavericks to make this huge ass splash tonight. It went with a whimper instead of a bang. But you know who did have a little bit of a bang? I really like what the Houston Rockets have done. So the Mavericks did trade back from 10 to 12. And at both of those spots, I was like, man, if we can get Lively or Cam Whitmore. Cam Whitmore has fallen all the way to 10. Cam Whitmore fell all the way to 12. Cam Whitmore fell all the way, I think it was to pick 19 or 20 to the Houston Rockets. That guy was a stud, locked-in lottery pick. And I guess there's something to do with his medicals. We'll see how it checks out. But the talent is certainly there. And I'm just saying, You know, guys like Joel Embiid had some medical issues, and I'm not saying he's Embiid by any means. Guys, Michael Porter Jr., he missed an entire year, and look at the role he played with the Nuggets this year. So, I mean, talent is talent is talent. Even if he has to sit a little bit, it's crazy to me that he fell out of the lottery like that. And I didn't even mention they still made their pick in the lottery with the better of the Thompson twins, Amen Thompson. These kids are going to slide right in next to Jabari Smith, next to Jalen Green. All of a sudden, the Houston Rockets have one of the most exciting young cores in the NBA.
Well, look, I'm feeling good tonight. Like, I'm not going to drag your answers through the dirt tonight or anything like that, but I'm not mad at what you're saying. I think Houston did do well. I get the talent, the skills that the Thompson twins bring to both the respective teams. The thing is, they can't shoot, and that's the drawback on them. And you're hoping that they're going to come up better and that they're going to get better at it. So, yes, it's the low hanging fruit here, but as we talked about at the top of the show, the draft, everything that happened up to it, kind of uneventful. And really, San Antonio is the big winners here before draft night ever started. As soon as they got that first round pick, season ticket sales went through the roof. I mean, Webby is we're calling him. He's probably already got the number one selling NBA jersey right now. He's bringing life back to San Antonio where we're used to seeing it. I mean, Pops deserves the players. He deserves the recognition, and he's got them. San Antonio has a fantastic track record with these number one picks. They got, used it on Robinson. They used it on Duncan. They got all the championships behind it. Pops is a big part of that. And now they got a player to possibly redo this again. I mean, we don't know what he's going to be necessarily yet, but what he is so far is a superstar before he's even touched the court. And it's good for San Antonio. It's good for Pops, and it's definitely good for the fans. So I think San Antonio is the clear big winner in this year's draft. Miss Queen, how do you?
Wait. Can I change my pick real quick to Miami and say they were the biggest winner of the draft?
You could, but you're not going to get to. I'm sorry that my answers intimidate you, my friend. Go ahead and tell him what he already knows, Queenie.
Point, Chris.
Hey, it was worth a shot, right? Shooters got to shoot, Chris.
I like that my answers are already throwing you off. I like that's a good way to start. For those of you that don't remember from last week, we had it early. You already had that wrapped up by week 4. So I'm telling you, I'm coming after you, but I got a little different strategy this week. So far, we're going good.
Different strategy, same result, baby. Let's go.
Let's get after it.
Which NBA team screwed up the draft? Just like you both screw up everything else.
She's not far off on this end anyway. She's half right. Who blew it? I think a lot of teams blew it, to be perfectly honest. I think they blew it before the draft with the trades or lack of trades. But I think if you got to look at the draft itself, who really just, man, they had a shot. They could have just really improved the team. They could have become a contender. And they didn't, was Orlando Magic. They had 2 fantastic picks. They had number 6. They had number 11. I mean, you got 2 picks basically in the top 10. Take away that first pick because it was just so far ahead of everybody else's. It was really 2 through 11. So you got 2 picks in the top 10 and you blew it, man. I mean, you didn't address any of your needs. You got another point guard when you didn't need one. And I can understand over stacking on talent, taking the best player and whatnot, but you got pick 6 and 11. Improve your team, man. And then 11th, again, you don't address your needs. You guys needed a shooter. You guys needed some skill on the floor. And maybe the NBA draft isn't as deep, and I just don't even feel like they took a shot on anybody. That Orlando took players at face value. You know what you're getting with both of these guys. There's not like a hidden skill set. There's not like this big hope for ginormous improvement. I mean, they got who they got and what they got, and I don't think they got anything that helped them out. The Magic, abracadabra, where did your draft picks go? They blew it. They blew it.
I mean, that really sounds like an Orlando Magic draft strategy over the last decade. I feel like since Dwight Howard, they haven't had a whole lot of luck in that department. But I'm going to tell you who blew it. All right. And look, I know he's a little quitter. I know he can't stick around too long, right? I know he can't stand the heat in the kitchen. You know, Michael Jordan, he has shown nothing over his career but a tendency to tuck his tail and run. That's what he's doing. He's selling out for his team.
Yeah.
But come on, man, at least help him out on the way out the door. Are you kidding me? Listen, I like Brandon Miller. If you go back to our earlier shows, I was all about Brandon Miller in the tournament. Like, kid's talented. I get it. You've got a potentially generational talent in this draft with Scoot Henderson. And he told you himself in that interview, he's got that dog in him. As soon as he said that, it was over. That rookie of the year, line it up. I love Wemby. He's going to be great. But Scoot Henderson, man, he's got that ego. He's got that mojo. He's got all the skills. I feel like Michael Jordan, the Charlotte Hornets, really blew this. I feel like they could have traded down, right, and still gotten Brandon Miller. Somebody would have came up for Scoot. I think it's going to bite him in the ass.
I'm not going to argue with it. I think it's actually a really great
Neither
point.
will the Queen.
Point. Jordan.
Yeah, I don't feel bad about losing that. It was a good point. You did well on that one. It's not something I'm used to seeing, but it's good. You did well.
I get it. Speaking of good points, I just want to bring up another good point one more time. You guys need to go visit our partners at Underdog Fantasy, and I want you to meet a good friend of mine real quick. Gingerbread.
Fantasy Sports Corp and Underdog Fantasy have teamed up to start your fantasy season off in the win column with Best Ball. What is Best Ball? It's quite simply the easiest way to win. No team management, no trades, no waivers. It's their biggest contest ever and it has only gotten bigger. You simply have to sit and win. You don't even have to set your lineup. Always get your best score every week. Just enter a contest, draft your team, and Underdog will do the rest. What could make this even better? How about free money, up to $100 using our exclusive promo code? Go online now and use the promo code THROWDOWN to double your deposit up to $100. You tell them Gingerbread sent you. Good girl.
Good girl.
My dog.
She's a good girl.
She is a good girl.
You know who's not a good girl? Go ahead, Queen. What do we got for the third one?
How long until Wembanyama takes San Antonio to the playoffs, and will both of you finally be gone by then?
I want to go first on this one.
All right, yeah, go
Are
ahead.
you ready? Spoiler alert. 2023 season.
Oh my God, come on.
2023, right away. Why not?
just got there. You hadn't even suited up
kidding
yet.
me?
Oh,
You have got a prospect that has been described, not by me, right? Not by me, by the guys that have the job that I want, right? In the sports media, the single greatest prospect in American sports. That's what has been said about this kid. That's everybody. That's all those sports. This is the greatest prospect of all time, right? And you're bringing him into a situation with Greg freaking Popovich, who's been just running this thing for the past 2-3 decades, arguably the greatest head coach of all time, definitely top 5, right? Everybody loves Pop. You got Pop, you got Wemby. Look, I ain't saying they're winning the West. I'm not saying they're making the finals this year. They're getting in that damn play-in. You mark it down right now. Why not Wemby?
Well, I'll tell you why not, because he hasn't even suited up and played a game yet already. I mean, at least you're, shooting low and saying they're going to get the play-in spot. I give you that much that you didn't,
they just got to make the playoffs
so far.
Playoffs.
It's a solid half court shot at this point, but come on, this year it seems a bit much, man. I mean, I feel like, playoffs. Like, can we get a roster around him first? I mean,
he is
can
the
we
roster.
See the kid play? Can we get him some support and actually put a team together? I mean, look, they haven't even had the opportunity to make giant trades to bring in freaking LeBron and KD and freaking CP3 should be available at that point, and whoever the hell else is out there, bring in his old teammate. we got to blow it up a little bit first. And San Antonio has not had the need to do that. Pops is a fantastic coach. I would say top 5 NBA is something that a conversation you could have and probably win. He's done it before. San Antonio's done it before. There's no reason to think that they can't do it again. Playoffs is not it's not a far out goal, but I mean, give them a chance to develop and actually get this thing running and stuff. This year, I don't think they should. 2-3 years maybe, but I mean, come on, let's get the kid in a uniform. Let's actually get the ball in his hand first and put him against some real talent. I mean, he was playing in France. I mean, come on, come play against the best in the world and see what you can do before we start talking about playoffs.
Playoffs?
Point, Chris.
I just can't get in with the queen tonight. It's ass whooping.
You know, I don't get it. Like I said, I told you I got a little strategy on my side this week. And,
all right, look, we're not repeating last week, right? You're not gonna get up on me 3-1. I ain't gonna let it happen. So, Queenie, I'm gonna take off my earrings. I'm gonna roll up my sleeves. It's time for the throwdown. Bring it.
The most shocking thing in sports this week is that you idiots are still on this show. Second to that, which move prior to NBA draft day was the most shocking?
All right. Well, I mean, first of all, not very nice as usual. The most shocking, I guess, like when people say the most shocking, you kind of want me to go negative here. You want me to say, you know, this one didn't make any sense, or this one, you know, these guys blew it. And we've already kind of talked about the lackluster amazement of this pre-draft season. But to me, I want to be a little more positive tonight. And I really think like the big shocker is KP heading over to the Celtics. I mean, the Celtics had to get rid of Smart. That's a bold move to get rid of Marcus Smart. But if you're going to get rid of Marcus Smart, you may as well bring in Porzingis to do it. And then on top of it, you grab yourself a first-round pick this year and a first-round pick next year. I mean, that's not a bad – I mean, it's pretty savvy. I mean, if this roster needed to get shook up. Boston has not been able to finish. They've been touted, and they wind their way to another underachieving season, so that this tree needed to be shook. And this is like the easiest way to shake it without ruining it and knocking it down. You take Smart, you send him off, you bring KP in. That's a fantastic trade-off. Money's probably going to look good at the end of it. You don't really hurt your team, and that shakeup with KP's talent, not to mention 2 first-round draft picks, which are only going to make the team better as it goes on. To me, that's the big shocker, that Boston was able to pull this off, shake that tree without really ruining anything. That's something you don't see a lot. Usually someone's got to really blow themselves up to make the change they need. And I don't think Boston had to do that this time. I think they came out ahead.
Breaking news, everybody. The Dallas Mavericks just traded with the Sacramento Kings and got Rashawn freaking Holmes and Max. Let's go. All right. Sorry. Woo. Got a little hot here. I don't even know where we are right now.
We're shocking the world. You see, you were shocked right there, but unfortunately, it's not the NBA. It's not the draft. We want the trades. We want to know which
shocked
trades.
Me? You guys just saw it. It was the Mavericks.
That was the one. The trade.
No, listen. I'm sorry. I was really excited. That's a big move. I love it. Shout out to Nico Harrison, my man. Anyway, the Warriors not only just got better, the Warriors somehow just got fucking older. All right. The oldest team in the history of the NBA just got even older. But are you kidding me, Chris Fox? You said it, man. Everybody wants to go negative. Listen, right now, as it stands, I'm telling you, the Golden State Warriors are the favorites in the West. Chris Paul. I mean, they just won the championship 2 years ago, right? It's not like they were far removed. They got Jordan Poole out of here. Draymond didn't like his ass. That almost assures Draymond Green is coming back into the mix. You still got Clay. You still got Steph. And now you don't have Steph having to do all of the ball handling duties and wear himself out throughout the game. Are you kidding me? You are giving the point god to the shooting god? Oh, this is the greatest 3-man guard group in the history of the NBA already. I don't give a damn how old Chris Paul is. That was a home run for the Golden State Warriors. I should have said slam dunk, huh? Damn it.
You should not get the point just for that. It was already mine anyway, so let's get that out of the way right now.
Point, Jordan.
Point God, throwing
Seriously?
it down,
Oh
son.
my gosh, come on. You know
Chris,
what?
you
I'm
missed
not-
it in the contract you signed. It was Article 47, Section B7. I gave you a few pity wins when we started, but you ain't ever winning again, son. Let's go with that fifth question.
Is that what it said in there? Not winning again, son.
Never.
Right there.
Which NBA draft day move made absolutely zero sense? Much like every time one of you opens your mouth.
Okay, I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna exactly every time I open my fucking mouth, it makes no sense. Nailed it. I'm gonna tell you which move didn't make sense. It's not the Mavericks going to get Rashawn Holmes and Omax, baby. No, here's what it is I'm glad the Mavericks had made this deal because coming in to this show, I'm gonna give you guys a little pop behind the scenes, right? You want to peer
There we
behind
go.
the curtain.
Yeah.
I've been talking to Chris on and off all day, and I've just been so excited. We talked about having a football topic or two and some other topics, and I'm like, Chris, man, no, listen, there are going to be so many trades tonight. I was like, this is going to be nuts. This is going to be crazy. And then I literally sat around for 2 hours while I did a podcast with my thumb in my ass until the Mavericks finally did something at the 26th pick in the draft. Okay. Like, listen, Paul George is still a Clipper. Zion Williamson is still a Pelican. Damian Lillard is still a Trailblazer. Like, nothing happened. Where are all these superstars? John Collins didn't even get traded. They've been trying to get rid of his sorry ass for 3 seasons. Thought they were about to do it. Didn't happen. So to me, the biggest loser in all of this, right? It's the freaking NBA. Are you kidding me? No trades, no actions. Most boring ass draft ever watched until the Mavericks saved the day with Rashawn Holmes.
Until then. Well, I'm agreeing. I'm in agreement with you. I'm on your side. I'm just going the other route. To me, the thing that made zero sense is all these damn trades. Not a single one of them makes freaking sense to me. Not a single one of them needed to happen. I mean, like you said, the Golden State just got older. How does that help anything? Washington's dishing off all their best players. Boston lost Smart to grab KP. I mean, they got a couple first-round picks out of it. Again, shocking. Yes, necessary. Not at all. All these trades that we've seen, Poole getting moved over, CB3 and bounced all. It doesn't matter. None of this stuff had to happen. It seems like people are making trades just to say they made a trade, just to get their name in the headlines. Just, maybe a couple draft picks, a couple people help themselves on the salary cap side of it, but these trades did not need to happen. The KP trade happened at 0 hour. It actually had fallen through, and they went ahead and called up Memphis and did whatever they could just to get this trade done minutes before KP's contract went into effect. None of these things made sense. None of these people yet, even during the draft, the trades made during the draft, teams traded up and down to grab players that they didn't need to trade. Who traded up and actually got the value that they were looking for when they made the trade? To me, none of it makes any damn sense because none of it was necessary. And, welcome to the NBA. That's how stuff goes. Quinny, give me my win. Let's get out of here tonight. All right.
Point, Chris.
don't know why you doubt me, my friend, because
Dude, that was the biggest upset since I started watching this damn draft. Are you kidding me? What a shocker. The shot heard around the world.
I'm telling you, it's easy. Let me hear it, Queenie. Come on.
Jordan, you're an idiot. Chris, you are too, but less than he was. You win, I guess. I need a damn vacation.
You and me both, Queenie. Let me hear it. Play my music.
Winner, Chris.
Jordan, like I said, I'm feeling a little generous tonight. I'm going to give you a chance to say just a little piece before I got to dog you out and send you on your way.
The Dallas Mavericks traded for a freaking actual big man, and we drafted his replacement. Let's go!
Yeah, I'm done.
Dumbass.
Loser, dumbass Jordan.
They call me dumbass.
You got knocked the fuck out.
Yeah, you did. Get used to it. I'm glad I got the final word tonight. This is the big prize for winning at the end. And tonight I am so glad that it's mine to have, because I finally get to say goodbye to the NBA. The season, it's great when it starts and you've got your roller coaster up and down. You get all the storylines that you want all season long. But at the end, you already know how it's going to play out. You know that LeBron's going to make it to the playoffs. You know Golden State's going to be there. You know Boston's going to be there. The most exciting thing we had happen was Miami throwing a wrench into the whole friggin' deal and at least making it to the playoffs or to the finals, even though you knew they weren't going to win it. It's just the lack of predictability, the lack of invention. I'm just done at this point. I'm so glad to be at the end. And yes, we had an exciting end/beginning to the season with Webby going to San Antonio, Pop's getting his boy, and now, maybe there's something that's going to happen. But look, what happened to anywhere else that's going to change anything to this point? Nothing. Right now, everything's going to play out exactly like it did this time, except substitute. Pick your team for San Antonio having a shot to get in. Maybe they do get that playing game. I don't know. Probably not. We're probably going to have the exact same season next year that we had this year. I'm just over it. NBA, freaking make something happen. Shake something up in the next few weeks before the season starts, because right now I am unimpressed. I am ready to go, and NFL cannot get here soon enough. You guys absolutely cannot wait for the NFL to happen, and we're going to bring it to you next week. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the support. Because we love you, don't forget to head over to Underdog. Grab your free $100. Use code THROWDOWN. Free deposit match up to $100. That means up to free $100 for you to play around with, have fun with, win money with. Play the best ball stuff. Draft your team. Underdog will take care of the rest. They're going to set your best lineup for you every single week. Take that free $100 and go do something with it at the end of the season. Go buy yourself a Webby jersey and enjoy the off season until next season starts again. Thanks for joining us. Head over to Fantasy Sports Corp. Enjoy all the programming you got there. It's the best programming in sports entertainment. Fantasy Sports Corporation on YouTube. We're on Twitter as well. It's all a big show. It's all for you. Everybody take care. Have a great night, and we will see you guys next week.